Hello again, lovelies. Good morning for me, and welcome to Mama G Gear. It's Mama G here, and I'm making my coffee and hanking up the bunch of yarns that I've been dyeing lately and putting them in organza bags. And I thought, wait a minute, let me do a video showing you the yarns that I have dyed, the new technique that I absolutely love. I couldn't wait to get up. And I'm just getting this all organized before I dye more yarn. That's how much I'm loving this. And I've got a couple other, I've mentioned a few, I've got a couple other ideas. I want to try some with the acrylic paint. And also I'm going to be doing some non-wool dyes for a few of you out there, Jeannie, not mentioning any names, that are allergic to wool. I want to make some yarn for people that have allergies to wool. So that'll be coming up soon too. And there's a couple other techniques, crock pot. Also, I have my steamer, my canning pot that I've never used for canning. So heck with it, I'm going to use it for steaming yarn. I'm not going to can anything. Craig does all that. Anyway, so that's what I was doing. I was getting this all ready, finished my morning chores. My coffee sounds like it's just finishing. So I may be pausing you to grab that. And I thought, while I'm doing this, let me show you all these beautiful hanks of yarn that I did, because I'm really excited. I think some of them really turned out incredibly gorgeous, and I might as well show you if you're interested, and I hope you are. And don't forget your thumbs, and if you can, leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite ones are. All right, so this is, this is my last one that I dyed yesterday, and I did not film it. It's just easier. I don't mean to cheat on you, but it's just easier not to have to film when you're dyeing. But I used the fluorescent yellow. These are all done with the Dharma. I didn't use Jacquard this batch. It was yellow and then fire engine red, and then I swooshed it over and made it like an orange. So there's a little bits of yellow here, not so much on this one, a little bit on this one, and not so much on this one of the yellow. So this was probably the center. I had 3 hanks in. But each hank, let me get the info. Terrible, not ready as usual. All right, this is Universal Yarn Base. And just to give you a little bit of stats, I'm not going to go nuts with the stats, but there's 460 yards per hank, which I hear that that's enough to make a pair of socks, allegedly. And it's 50% superwash merino, 30% nylon, and 20% or Angora. I was going to say organza because I have an organza bag here and they're close in words. So these would be it's soft. This would be a really cool pair of socks. Anyway, so I'm going to hank these, not in front of you. I'll hank these when I'm done with the video. And here's their little organza bags. Oh, and I need to get cards made. I'm out of cards. I'm going to make updated ones so I can put in here. Also, too, with every hank of hand-dyed yarn will come a color collector sheet, at least one, that when you're hand washing them, you put that in the bath, and that will absorb any dye that might come off of these, because it's pretty inevitable when you have hand dyed. And I have a box and a bag on either side of me, so I'm not throwing them on the floor. In fact, I may throw those bags in there. Okay, so yesterday I was a very busy girl, and I dyed. These are amazing. Okay. And I did 6 in hopes of doing 2, 2, and 2. And this is all by its little lonesome in this bag. And I'll take this one out so I can show you what the colorway looks like. These were, you know how I like to do the primary colors and make my own colors like I do with the rainbows. This is just yellow and red and then making orange. And I use the Nomad base. It's a DK. And it's 100% superwash merino, 246 yards. And this is what the colorway looked like. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so what happened when because reds and blues are a little bit tricky, take a little longer to dye them out. So in the process of rinsing the yarn, this one got tangled, but I'm kind of happy it happened. This one got a little tangled, so I had to literally untangle the whole hank on my Swift. thank you, Jilly M, on my Swift, and then rehank it. So as you could tell, it rehanked not as even. This is right from the dye batch. This is untied and rehanked, but see the difference? It's the same exact yarn. But this gives you an idea when you're buying a hank of yarn and you're looking at it in a hank, and you're like, oh, that's gorgeous. Well, if you cake it up, it's going to have a different look to it. So just FYI for those of you that are new with the hanking. All right, so anyway, so these two I'm going to put in here, and unfortunately, you know, one had been redone, which kind of loses its luster, but whatever, deal with it. Okay, so that's these guys, and there's 3 sets of 2, and I'm bagging them in mainly sets of 2. Again, I have a bag here. I'm not throwing them on the floor. I'm bagging them in sets of 2. Because that seems to be the main thing. All right, excuse my arms, but I wanted to grab the ones that I did yesterday. I dyed a lot. The last couple of days I've been the time of this video, I've been dyeing. I've been filming it, and then I have them scheduled, because I only drop on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays usually. Those are the days that I upload videos, so they're all scheduled to come up. So I don't know when this is dropping, but if it drops before those do, look forward to watching those and seeing what, you know, the process of these. This is a new technique that I decided to try. I did not see this technique anywhere, not that it hasn't been done before. I just hadn't seen it, but I said, oh wait, these fit in the pot this way, yada yada blah blah, my head, and let's try this. And that's what happened. So this is original in my head for me anyway. All right, these are DK weight. And again, there's 246 yards. It's 100% superwash merino, super soft. Gorgeous. I'm going to have to say that this is my favorite thus far. It is blue. This was done with radioactive, I always want to say retroactive, radioactive and brilliant blue. And look at those colors. I'm not undoing the whole hank. I'll take some photos maybe. I just want to get this done so I can get my coffee, but there's a lot here, and I really wanted to I want you to see how pretty they are all together, because like I do the videos, but I don't always show you the dry product at the end, because it takes, you know, a day or two. I lay mine out outside. And what's really sad is I am running out of yarn, and I don't right now have the funds to, so it's going to be a little while before I can, you know, buy more, but I will, and I need to get new cards. Tony came down, he was loving these, and he's like, oh, I don't like this, you should have your card in there. I'm like, you know what, you're right. All right, so those 3 sets of 2 going in the box. Then the other 3 that I did, these were done in a different fashion. Those were dyed in their hanks with 2 primary colors, which I'm planning on doing today. I want to try that process with red and blue and make it a purple base, or those 3 color base. And this process was using radioactive and safety orange. I believe those are both also Dharma. These are also Marshmallow DK, 100% superwash merino, 246 yards. Gorgeous. I really like these colors. It's really, really a pretty fall colorway with the deep orange. Where the orange and chartreuse, radioactive met, it became like a brown, which was perfect. This looks like autumn leaves. To me, it does anyway. You might have your own opinion. Alrighty, I'm gonna speed this whole process up a little bit because I've got a lot of yarn. I really wanted to show it to you. I hope you're enjoying this. Don't forget your thumbs; those are important. Also, we're trying to get to our next milestone. If you find that this is something that you would feel comfortable sharing out on your platforms, totally appreciate it. Also, leave a comment. Tell me your favorites. Aren't those gorgeous? Yes, 3 of those. And they're going in the box. This I did not do yesterday. I did this past dyeing match. This is, I believe these are, there's 2 of them. I believe these are 100% alpaca. Yes, this is 100% alpaca, 291 yards. It's a sport weight. Again, absolutely scrumptious and so soft. Kind of muted. I think that lends itself to like very earthy. There's silver gray, safety orange. I forgot I think it's emerald green. And then it's set in the base so that the undertone, I just did this with speckles. I did a low immersion and speckles. So the alpaca, the bare alpaca, picked up just a nice tinge of the green and the orange. So it's not like a bare yarn. It has color, so it's all colored. So there's 2 sets of these. And I'm wearing a nice warm fuzzy shirt because we've got a new system the man put in, and one is in our great room that we sleep in, and one's down here. And he said it the other day because it was actually snowing and kind of cold out, which is weird for, it's April, the time of this filming. And he turned it on as he was leaving for work saying, oh yeah, it's cold, I'm putting this on for you to keep the room warm. And that's when I videotaped, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like cold air is coming out, but maybe it needs a little time because it's like a new system, you know, heating, air conditioning system. And I came downstairs and dyed yarn. I went back up and I'm like, it's colder upstairs with this heater on. Come to find, he had it on air conditioner. So no wonder I was so cold. All right. That's the man for you. These are asperitas, if I'm pronouncing that properly. It's 50% wool, 50% tencel, and there's 383 yards as a fingering sock weight. Again, this is done speckled, and this, I did not put pink in it, but how the colors break, you know, the colors are all created by 3 primary colors, basically. So you're going to get a whole variation when they break and the different colors adhere to the yarn. So you've got all kinds of, I think there was also silver gray. Yeah, silver gray and browns and probably safety orange. But isn't that gorgeous? And this, oh my gosh, alpaca is so gorgeous. And there again, where some of the faded water just kind of goes on the base. So I don't, these are all low immersion. Low immersion just means you have low, you're immersing it low in the water. So you got low water table, as opposed to like high immersion where you, if you want full coverage, you just soak the whole thing in there. Yeah, I haven't been doing, now that I got the new pipe, the new pans, the 6-inch deep pans, I haven't been doing my dye pot as much, but I'll get back to that because I'm going to start making dreads again and roving. So, so that'll be fun. All right, all this little simple chit chat. If I planned this better, I could have cut into each. These I had done a while ago, but since I'm putting all my hanks together, these I did, you know, a while back. But it's a brown, blue. Oh, I didn't write on. Yes, brilliant blue and chocolate brown. This is a marshmallow worsted weight. There's 218 yards per hank. It's 100% superwash merino. So the chocolate brown, this was the base, and I just put a little bit on there just to give a little bit of coverage there. So I did kind of a fade, and then the rich blue and the rich brown. And I don't know if you could see it, but there's a fade of both of the colors here where it's just was the bare yarn. So there's 4 of these, two sets of 2. Plus there's one other one that's by itself. And only because I'm doing these in sets of 2. And then the one other is in the other bag that I'm going to show in a sec. In there somewhere. All right, the only two that I have thus far that are going to be packs of 3, and these are before. This one here I may keep myself because I absolutely love it. This is my Woodsy. I recreated the Woodsy colorway, and it's just really, really, really gorgeous. I mean, I just absolutely love this colorway. And I'm going to have to see if I could, I hope I did a video filming this because, or the original one, because it's just, look at the rich, I don't know if you could see, but that is a rich burgundy or a Merlot kind of color. Gorgeous. I call this Woodsy, and just for, if I could find it, I'll tell you. Let's see, I think it's on this side. This is 460 yards each, and it's 50% merino wool, 30 nylon, and 20 Angora. So it's the same base as the other one. This is universal yarn. And yes, they would make a beautiful pair of socks. So there's 3 pairs of socks here, but I kept them together because this would be an absolutely amazing shawl or some kind of a lightweight garment. So those are together in a 3-bag series. All right. Pick up the pace, woman. I know it's still early. I didn't have my coffee yet. And in the box, there's a big box. These also were already dyed, but I figured I might as well show you. All ombre blue. This is the Marshmallow DK. I need to get more of that because I really like this base. These were made in Peru, by the way. 246 yards each. But this is all blue, and I ombre'd it. This was done in a dip dye. And ombres are so cool in a dip dye, but they're really pretty. I mean, I don't want to take them all out, but they all have their own personality. I almost started singing a song. I mean, a legit song. All right. Oh, these two, these are ones I just recently did. You haven't seen. Let me pull them all out of here. Hang in there. Some of these are sets of 2 because I was doing 2 at a time. These are speckled in the pan. I think might be just 2 of these. Thanks for your patience, by the way, guys. All right. This is the, oh, they smell so good. 50%, this is the Esperitas, 50% wool, 50% tencel, 383 yards. Very muted, but the yarn itself is really shiny. Excuse the tags. I just like to keep the base on there so I know what the heck they are, because I have so many different different yarns. But right? Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. All right. I feel like I'm going to just do this because we're going to be here a week of Wednesdays. I should have done this before and just showed them all to you and then took them out. All right, these I just did. This is the Bristol. I have 6 Bristols sitting on the counter right now ready for more dyeing. It's a nice rustic, it's really super soft. So when I say rustic, it's just that it's got a little halo, just a little bit of halo, some fibers, and this is a speckle job. I did this with the speckling in the pan, and really just so pretty. I like this kind of yarn. I know this is not everybody's jive, but I love like a lot of color and busy, but those are gorgeous. And I'll rebag these when I'm not holding you guys up on your day. I might do a part 2 on this only because I don't want to take up too much of your time. All right, this is similar but different. Those had more purples in it. Same process. This is before I realized I could stick 6 of them in the pan. Gray specks, there's browns, there's greens, browns. I don't even remember what color. And I did not film the process of these being made either, so I apologize. I wished I did because now I can't remember what I used, and this is really gorgeous. I did a lot of, because I'm doing a lot of like fall colors for a reason, but I feel like this is, you know, monarch orange, radioactive, silver gray, and maybe emerald green. And this is the asperitas again. So those are those guys. Hope you like those. These, you know, because I plan on making more. I just love this. My next amount of money, I will buy more. These are probably my top ones. I believe this is, yeah, this is a 100% baby alpaca. And I did not use pink. There was no pink dye in the process of these. This, and I don't know if you could see the specks. There's little specks in there. That break, those pinks and those colors, that's the breakage, the burst from the purple. And then you have emerald and safety green, but safety orange. But look at I speckled black on top of them. Oh my God, they're so soft. Like, oh. Alpaca is by far probably the softest yarn that I've ever felt. And there's only 2 of those, so these may not be available because I'm loving on those big time. And then these are really cool. You kind of lose the luster by it being in the little purple organza bag. But let's see what base. I think this is asperitas as well. Yes, this is also asperitas, 50 wool, 50 tencel, fingering sock weight. Look at that. Absolute gorgeousness. Again, all Halloween colors. But look at how that turned out. It's amazing just how you do it, the amount you do it, the change that takes place. And this was also speckles, low immersion speckles. I'll show you the other one since we got it here. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Well, you could tell me that, but I won't believe you. Well, it might not be your thing, you know. It's kind of a muted color. I'll do it later, lady. Instead of helping me out here with getting it done, I'm making myself more work. All right, there's a couple more. These I have a couple of these, but they're in separate bags. This is an older colorway that I did. It's definitely a sock base, but I just thought I would re-show you. I had 2 of these, but I put them separately for like a pair of socks. I may try to do small hanks and then have them coordinate, you know, do a small, you know, small mini hank and have them coordinate with these so that if you wanted to make socks that you'd have a small one for what do you call, for the heel and toe or something. And these we had before also, but just to re-show you. I have these together. These would make each a sock, but then I thought this also would be a very pretty shawl. It's very muted greens, and did I write down what color I used? Not sure. That might be, I think that might be radioactive. I happen to like radioactive. Yeah, there's 370 yards of 100% superwash wool. Not the, you know, it's not, well, I just was touching baby alpaca, so everything's going to seem a little rough. But we got those 2, and like I said, I put them both in here, but technically, I believe that's enough. 370 is enough for a pair of socks. I don't know for sure. Then this was the RustyBlades, where I did a gray ombre and then just speckled red on it so it looks like a bloody blade. So I just figured I'd re-show you that one. Hope you're not bored. I'm glad I put that big box there because it makes it easier. And then these I did a while ago. This is also the Marshmallow DK, which I definitely need to get more of. But it's purples. And then it's purples, but I didn't drench it. I don't remember now. I may have, dyed the whole thing like a light purple. I don't think I did. I think I speckled this and then just let it sit in after the water all had as the dye dispersed in the water. Let them sit there to cover the entire hank, but then you could still see the specks, and it's all different variations of that color. And we're almost done. Hang in there. And I also too, I probably should have said this sooner in the video, but I've been watching some professionals that do it the proper way. And so I'm picking up some proper way to do this, and then also coming up with my own little shebang in my head. But I'm kind of showing you and explaining to you guys in those videos what I'm doing. So if you are interested or do plan on, trying this yourself at home, that there's tips. I mean, I'm giving you my unconventional tutorial. All right, this is another one that I don't know if I'll be able to let go. What I'm seeing in my hand and what you're seeing on the screen does not do this justice. It is so rich of greens and blues and teals. And and there's specks in it, and there's quick variations. Slammin' gorgeous. And this is eggshell. I do have more of this base. It's 70% merino, 30 nylon. There's 437 yards. It's a 4-ply sock weight. I have 2 of these and only 2 of these. But just, yeah, these may or may not be going to another home. Sometimes I just fall in love with them myself, I mean, I love doing it, so... And then coming up with my own colors and techniques, you get a little bit emotionally invested. Another really pretty one. It's similar to the one I just showed you. This is also an eggshell base. I think most of the bases I showed you were Nomad. There was a few that were universal yarns. But look at that gorgeousness. And this also is 437 yards, so that would make a pair of socks. Yeah, I don't have some people that do this have wholesale accounts. So I literally pay the same price you do for yarn from these companies, and I just buy it without color in it and then color it myself. So anyway, this I don't know if you could see the speckle. This was done with purples, but of course it broke and gave a little bit of pink in there. And there's some dark, rich grape color. Isn't that gorgeous? This is also Asperitas. Asperitas has a nice shine to it. And we're almost done. Actually, I think we are done. Yeah, we're done. So yeah, those are the yarns that I've been working on. There's only one set that I still have. It's a set of 3. And I did the primary color rainbow, and those are the ones that I dyed when right as Duncan passed. So those are kind of my, in honor of him. Oh, this one here is just blue and silver gray, and that's for like a sock weight. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I kept you here a little longer than normal. I don't ever mean to do that. But don't forget the like button. I appreciate very much. Do that for everybody. All of us content creators appreciate it. And yeah, keep an eye out for some different types of dyeing. I'm going to be dyeing some non-wools. I'm going to try different techniques. Like I said, with the crock pot and the canning container. So I'll steam it, all that kind of stuff. And I will be helping you along the way as I go to make it as easy to... Oh, really? Dudes. Oh, it's all right. It just untied. Make it so that if you are considering trying it, that, yeah, you'll understand the process. And of course, if you have any questions or anything, you could always ask me. I may not answer, but you could ask. It's always worth a shot, right? I'm joking. If I have the answer, I definitely will answer it. All right, so I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Have a Yarnolicious day, and see you next time. Bye-bye for now.